Around Lisette was a dark purple aura that seemed all too familiar. It was like demon magic, but it seemed to be tamer. I slowly rose to my feet, collecting my belongings as I continued to stare at Lisette. Something was off.
Dude, I had no idea! This is such a plot twist!
As I continued to look at her, the aura grew, forming a shadow behind Lisette, with red eye-like shapes glowing from within the darkness.
The shadow is seeming to be getting more and more clear.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely Diana.
That is totally Diana.
I couldn't respond. I was entranced by a small hum in the air. It was distant, almost like an ethereal whisper you'd hear in horror games. But it was real. It sounded vaguely of a woman humming a tune I didn't recognize.
I'm so glad we decided to replay this game.
I know, right?
Like shit, I bet it's gonna be something different each time.
I was looking at her as like glare into the soul chaos, only available if you went to study earlier and decided to snoop. That's because
our magic is unlocking now.
Yep.
Hey, are you okay?
That's why they were asking this stuff, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
We weren't really responding.
Yeah. Let's go. We'll be late for class.
I suddenly felt the need to walk away, so I did. Naomi and Suzu scrambled to catch up and follow at my new quickened pace.
Sheesh.
Pace.
You look like you saw a
Ugh.
Oh gee, I wonder if I did.
Maybe because I did.
I mean, it was technically a demon,
That
but
blow was pretty bad. I think she saw underneath Lisette's cake face and saw the devil itself.
Yes, I did.
Oh, Suzu, hush.
Well, technically it's a demon, but close enough.
Yep. No, something was wrong with Lisette. It was more than her just being mean. There was something or someone watching over Lisette. Or they were watching me behind Lisette. What they were doing, I didn't know, but it was definitely demonic. Wait, we'll meet him like, I saw you before!
Yeah, it's like,
that's
you look familiar!
Surprisingly, the rest of the school day went off without another incident. I went to my classes, had lunch, and was obnoxious to get home.
Anxious.
Whatever.
You can't even say same difference with that one, because that was a completely different word, but completely different meaning.
As the bell rang for the school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket.
Huh? A text from Dad? I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you're ready to go when I get there.
You know what? That's how we knew it wasn't from the dad, because they didn't do his voice.
Oh! That was so obvious! How did we not realize it? Fuck!
Second playthrough.
That's kind of a surprise. I know, his voice didn't randomly appear in your head.
Yep. I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
I'm not driving with you, sorry.
Actually, my dad is... Pick me up.
My dad! I'm gonna get kidnapped now, sorry.
Hold on a moment, I gotta go watch my boyfriend go
I
crazy.
guess that kind of makes sense. We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we got you covered from now on.
Yeah! Alright.
I'm gonna get kidnapped, have my boyfriend go crazy. It'll be all good.
Yay. Don't
Even-
worry, it'll be hot.
Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited.
I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Who the fuck is Rise of the Phoenix?
I know, right?
I bet they wrote the opening theme song.
Eventually, I played the entire album with no one showing up.
Well, not the opening theme song. Bleh, I'm thinking of Daniel Lane. I meant the ringtone.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. What the heck? Dad's never late, especially not this late.
I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnect error message. What happened to her dad? Do we see him again?
I don't know if we do. What the? No signal error. How the hell do I not have a signal? Because you're at school.
I double checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal.
He must be in a dead...
We're getting kidnapped. The voice would send a fearful shiver down my spine, whispered into my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
Well, it's not really a whisper, but okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed off and I was taken, unsure of where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble.
Is it just me, or do some of these close-up shots look like they were done with a different artist?
I think so, because this one doesn't look like...
It doesn't look like as detailed as the other artist did. Plus, the other artist made some of the hair a bit transparent on the face, and this artist isn't doing that.
All I saw was darkness.
Randomness.
I felt numb as I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears, first of the interior of a car, then the outside, then an echoey space with whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. Oh my god.
So
Why did I do that in one breath?
You did that in one breath.
However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face and my bones were cut. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils, including Malix, who was smirking at me.
Nicely done. I'm sure the ships will come running to find you. When they realize you didn't they'll search everywhere.
I just realized, wouldn't it be fun? You know how sometimes they'll reuse voice actors and all that other stuff? What if the guy who voiced Malix also voiced Matthew? That look on your face, like, no.
They don't sound that similar.
I know, but I was just thinking that'd be funny if some of the voice actors were used as the same.
But then
people.
again, some of the voices I do don't sound like any of the other voices I do, so...
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Malix walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
I can almost see what happens if we die.
We should say first, though.
I did!
Okay, then.
See?
Is that what you said?
Yes, I want to see what happens if I die. Wait. I could see Malix pull the trigger before bracing myself.
Oh, wait. Is this when the magic kicks in?
I'm thinking so. Oh, that's what I wanted to see!
This face, it's exciting me!
What the fuck?
I opened my eyes again to see Malix jamming his finger against the trigger, trying to shoot me to no avail.
Let's kick their asses ourselves.
Well, she either has the barrier spell on her, or you're losing your power.
Shut up! I'm not losing shit. This little brat has a spell on her.
I felt a wave of relief run through my body. The other devils laughed at Malix, which made him angrier.
I said, shut up!
Malix suddenly moved his gun towards a nearby devil and pulled the trigger. I stared wide-eyed as the bullet from Malix's gun rammed itself into the neck of the devil boy. The wound sprouted fire and blood, causing the devil to scream and flail in extreme pain before falling limp to the ground.
I wish I saw that.
I know, right?
We're so demonic.
We are so not going to heaven when we die.
We're so not.
As the body hit the floor, it began to almost deform and melt. Blood and black ash poured out of the wound in every opening that body had, causing the smell of death to quickly fill the room. I felt like gagging as the body eventually stopped moving. Dog, you are so annoying. The body became like a deflated balloon, showing me the true nature of Malix's gun. It was now just a pile of blood and skin, and the bullet had burned up the muscle, bones, and any structure the body had to give it its form.
Sweet.
That could have been me. That could have been me!
Nah, you're good. You got demon magic.
What on that mean? Huh?
The devils around us shut their mouths, obeying the warning of the obvious master of the space. Malix growled before glaring at me.
Dear Lord, I can't stop twitching. God damn it.
As I was saying, there must be some holy magic or some shit like that.
The girl that kidnapped me
How do we
stepped...
know her name?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it took, what, 2 playthroughs to figure out her name? Stepped up beside Malix, looking to me. Malix wrapped a strong arm around her waist and pulled her tight against his side before burying his face against her neck. Iris didn't react, but continued to stare at me as Malik ravished her shoulder and neck in violent kisses. So they're together?
I thought they were siblings.
I thought so too. Apparently they're together. I'm confused.
That or they're just getting energy from each other and it doesn't really mean anything to them.
Eventually, Malik's pulled away, licking his lips before looking to Eris' face.
Be a dear and get rid of our barrier. Now.
Without another word, Eris walked around me out of my line of sight. As I turned my head to try to follow her, Malik raised his gun to my face once again, forcing me to stop moving.
I may not be able to shoot you yet, Brett, but there are other ways I can beat the living shit out of you.
I can use Taekwondo though, can't I use that against him?
Taekwondo! Fight!
I want to do wait again. Fight.
Yeah, let's kind of wait again. I feel like something else is going to happen.
I love where it's like, you have another chance to do it. Do it! I was like, no! Why would you die?
Well, I don't think I'm going to die. I feel like it's going to awaken the demon power within us earlier on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested about that.
I didn't say a single word. I knew how to defend myself against anything he had to offer. I was slowly losing my fear of him, and it was oddly satisfying. All of a sudden, however, I felt air escape me and rush behind me, sucked away from me by a mysterious force. It was like a large vacuum was pulling my soul out from my back. What was even worse was that I felt stuck in place as this was happening. I turned my head to barely see Eris, holding a red orb that was absorbing a white stream of air and possibly magic from my body. Eris kept her eyes to my back, but Malik grabbed my face and made me look back at him, smirking.
That barrier around you won't be protecting you much longer. Be patient, little human.
I'm sorry, what? Like, at first I was just going to be laughing at that, but somehow I got more demonic. I was like, wait, where did that come from?
I love her, like, I just want to see what happens if we don't call him at all.
Yeah.
Watch them run in, I'm like, no! I want to see what would happen.
No, I'm betting that they're going to run in just as we're going batshit crazy.
Before Malik pulled away, he slapped his hand against my cheek a couple of times. Not enough to force my head to turn, but enough to hurt and leave a powerful sting. Asshole. I wanted to do something. I needed to. I was going to die if that barrier was removed.
No, you weren't. He was. Wait some more!
I stood there. That's all I could do. I waited for someone to save me. I waited for someone to stop Malik and Eris. Waiting was all I could do.
No, it wasn't. But, you know.
Waiting was all I convinced myself I could do. Eventually, I felt lighter and the air stopped moving around me. Eris had finished her job. I didn't feel so protected anymore. I felt fear consume me as Malik's smirk grew horrifyingly wide.
And that's it for you.
Malik quickly placed the barrel of his gun between my eyes once again and pulled the trigger. I didn't even get a chance to close my eyes. That's it for you, N.
Damn. I was expecting more from it. Well, time
Hey,
to
we
load.
load.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I just want to see what would happen.
I still feel like we should... Okay, I still feel like we should go through the first wait, and then after that.
Why?
I don't know. I just want to. I felt like there was a good story in there, and I wanted to keep it there.
I don't want to do it again.
Okay, fine. Was that your boring ass name?
All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What's up?
A gust of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing Erik.
Erik.
Did you miss me?
Just to say that! It was like, you're rescuing my butt, what do you think? However, the seductive smile that graced his lips quickly disappeared as he turned to Malik's. As Malik's lowered his arms, Erik glared.
You really are evil at its core. Kidnapping an innocent woman like you did. It's disgusting how we demons are confused for your kind.
Look at this little manhole Erik right here, boys. Might as well sleep with a disease.
I'm sorry, Erik. He got you good.
He got you there!
Normally Malik says like the worst insults, but that was good. I applaud you, Malik. I applaud you.
That one time you'll actually have a good one.
Yeah, exactly.
The devils around them laughed, including Eris. I felt a twinge of anger, but Erik must have taken it from me and added it to his own. Erik flicked his wrist and arm across his body, producing a small whipping noise through the air. However, Malix hissed and reached for his cheek as if the air had slapped him hard.
You can.
He controls air, maybe.
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 What the?
I don't know. When Malix removed his hand from his cheek, I stared wide-eyed at the large slash that revealed on it. Okay. A mixture of red and black blood gently dripped from the wound, causing Malix to growl angrily at Erik.
So, pretty boy, thinks he has balls, huh?
What?
Time to make this pretty boy bitch.
I didn't hear a dead at all, so it was just pretty boy, bitch.
I know.
And it was an awkward pause too.
All of a sudden, Malix lifted his gun towards Erik and pulled the trigger. I gasped and tensed up, not believing what I was seeing. As I braced myself for Malix's bullet to embed itself into Erik, however, a large ethereal tendril shot up in front of Eric's body, sprouting from the ground by his feet. Quickly after the bullet evaporated into the tendril, several others appeared, forming a dark purple crown around Eric's body.
What is that?
Can I see this? I'm
Right?
confused.
What is? Oh, there we go.
Yes!
Prepared the second time around. Thanks to my lovely princess, I can now use the full extent of my powers. Unfortunately for you, that means I'm afraid you will lose this fight.
So what would happen if you don't kiss them and don't give them your energy? Does Diana come?
I don't think so.
I feel like someone else would come, because like if you're not going for the guys, someone else shows up, right?
Probably, but I don't really care that much.
Because you're enjoying the tentacle points.
There is no porn happening right now. So your comment is I don't remember.
Invalid?
Invalid, yes. That one. I was like,
Oh, apparently he said you cocky little shit at some point.
You cocky little shit.
there, you heard it. Malix charged up his energy and began to fire bullet after bullet at Erik in anger. However, the tendrils danced across Eric's body with ease, blocking each one as if they were mere pebbles to a wall. I don't know what his power is! I'm confused!
Neither do I.
To use these tendrils, I'm guessing, because that's probably what hit him.
Possibly.
And they're purple, so I don't know if they're wind or
And
not.
also, I'm still pissed that we get to see him using his powers, but we didn't see shit with Damien.
That's because we were covered the whole time. It's like,
I know, but no one's covering us now. Why is that?
I don't know. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do. Help Malix or watch in silence. Ares, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face.
Die already.
I don't think those two are together.
Yeah, I don't think so. No.
Erik chuckled before snapping his fingers, causing a row of tendrils to appear behind him, pointing their sharp ends at Malix, who continued to fire bullets at the incubus. The tendrils uprooted themselves and quickly floated into the air, straightening out into large spikes, before quickly splintering into multiple thinner spikes. I could only stare, completely lost and intrigued at the sight as Erik whipped his hand across his body again. At Eric's command, the spikes flew at Malix, slashing and stabbing into his body. They were thin, barely making pencil-sized wounds, and only a few went into his body. The others scrapped and scratched his skin as they flew by. This didn't kill Malix, however. Malix growled loudly before charging at Erik, causing the incubus to step back in slight shock. Malix pointed his gun at Erik, closing the distance between them and fired the barrel. Almost reached Eric's face. Instead of the bullet ripping into Erik, a large explosion forced both away from each other. Malix bounced off the far wall and landed on his knees, groaning in pain. Erik, however, slid across the ground, landing on his stomach. You know what? I have a feeling he controls wind.
Yeah. Erik!
Malix slowly planted a foot on the ground to stand, but froze before doing so, staring at Eric's body. Erik, on the other hand, slowly rose and turned to face Malix head on. Erik reached a hand up and wiped a small stain of blood that painted the side of his lip before growling almost animalistically? Maybe. At that moment, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described as a tone in the color red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and red as everything began to blend together all at once. What?
Was the background like always like that, or did it slowly fade into it? Because it kind of seemed like it slowly faded into it to me.
Did you expect me to come
I was like that the whole time.
Okay. That was an interesting sound.
How persistent. I guess I'll have to go all out on you to finally rid the world of you.
Yes!
His voice is changing. Watch
He's
him
going-
cover our eyes now.
Right? Watch him just
This
randomly
is what
appear.
happened last time with Damien. It's like we saw some of it, and then suddenly it's like we see nothing. Was this the extent of demon power? My eyes never strayed from Eric's face, however, even as it changed. His eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Erik began to walk towards Malik's. We actually saw his eyes change colors before, so.
Let's end this.
Malik aimed his gun and fired at Erik, but the bullet never made its target. As the shot erupted from the barrel, the ethereal tendrils erupted from Eric's back, creating a wing-like barrier from the bullet. Barrier from the barrier. Yes. Malik stared wide-eyed as Eric's tendrils absorbed the bullet and grew almost larger in size and in number with each step Erik took. Eric's skin slowly began to morph and shift, changing from human to something else entirely. Something about Erik grew dark and menacing, and this transformation was making him even darker. Before I was allowed to see Eric's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes. Instinctively, I reached up to grip them. Trying to pull them off, a voice stopped me. That is so not fair!
God damn it, man!
I did this with Damien too. I was like,
Yeah, but I thought they might not do it this time because Damien's lasted a lot shorter than this. They didn't even let you guess what was going on, pretty much.
yeah.
It's me. Don't look.
Oh, Damien's covering my eyes. Like, thanks, Damien!
Fucking A, Damien!
I wanted to see!
I know we already know what they look like, but fuck, I still want to see it! I want to see him kick some ass and blood splatter and shit.
They're probably doing this so they don't have to do it.
They don't have to draw it.
I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? I wanted to know. But something told me to obey Damien's command. Damien, you asshole, don't use your powers on me. I could hear everything, however. I listened and Alex stood up with a pained grunt before being pushed aside against the wall with another shout. Oops, I can't talk. After that came sounds of flesh ripping and blood spurting, followed quickly by Malik's screams. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
Erik, enough!
No, it's not that you're not able to see. I want to fucking see all this blood shatter and gore and shit. Cause why? I'm demented. I would like visuals.
Almost immediately after James' command, the sound stopped. The air grew silent as a pair of footsteps slowly made their way to where we were.
I just had to be sure he was dead. No use in letting him have a chance to revive.
Oh my god, his voice is hot.
Right? Demon form is so much hotter.
It's not fair!
Why can't you talk like that all the time? Don't use your human voice. Just use this voice. Every situation, even when we're talking to normal people that don't know what you are, just use that voice.